Órale. Cholo Trucker here for Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Shout out to my boy Mike Zavala and David Contreras. I'm rolling solo today, but they will definitely be back tomorrow. I'll get into that in just a second. Um, I just want to go ahead and talk about, man, Gabe Flores Jr. The fight he just had over the weekend. I mean, I know it was the undercard. I know it was the co-main event. Um, the main event was Dog Bay against Joey Gonzalez, which was a good fight. It was a good one. I enjoyed the hell out of that fight. Um, Not really sure what it means for either guy. But I mean, look, there's some options right there. I tell you the truth, I wouldn't mind seeing them run it back and do it again. I enjoyed the fight, but for one reason or another, I was just really more invested in seeing Gabriel Flores Jr. Um, fight and seeing what he can do, man. And he suffers his second loss, and in my opinion, man, dog, he did not look good. Uh, I don't want to say he didn't look good at all. I thought there was uh there was some things that he did okay. I mean, he showed heart. That's for damn sure. He showed heart, right? But man, homie, damn. I just thought that was just a real it was a tough performance to see. What's up, Pete Town? Gabriel Flores got worked. Yeah, yeah, he got worked, man. He definitely got worked. So let's get into that. Before we do, like I said, shout outs to my boy Mike Zavala, David Contreras, who actually came down with COVID, but I chopped it up with him today. He's feeling a lot better. He's ready to rock and roll, come back and get into action. So they will be coming back. Mike and David will be coming back tomorrow to talk boxing en español. All right. So for those that like to check out boxing en español, para todos que hablan español, mañana, miércoles a las 7 de la noche, hora estándar del Pacífico. Aquí va a estar David Contreras y Mike Zavala para hablar boxeo en español para todos los latinos, no más mexicanos, pero todos los cubanos, boricua, centroamericano, Valenzuela, Colombia, para todos, todos que hablan español. Aquí mañana, las 7 de la noche, hora Pacífico, standard. So go ahead, tell your abuelitos, tell your dads, tell your abuelitos. Man, I'm over here stereotyping like a mofo, huh? that all that all your grandparents talk nothing but Spanish, Holmes. That all your Hey, I ain't apologizing for that either, man. Screw it, dog. either way, either way, Holmes. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it. By the way, for those that ask, hey, am I going to be stepping in to talk boxeo en español with my brothers Mike and David? I tend to at some point, dog. It's just, man, they do it at 7 o'clock. I'm already doing YouTube a lot, and I gotta have some time with the familia. You know what I mean? With my beautiful, crazy local wife and all. But every now and then, I'll probably rear my ugly head in there and talk a little boxeo en español, homes, para todos los Latinos. So again, for everybody, for all the Spanish speakers, mañana, cada miércoles a las 7 de la noche, va a estar el Mike Zavala y el David Contreras. 7 de la noche, hora estándar del Pacífico, para todos los latinos. So, there you guys go, man. Let's see. Pete Town says, don't belong 135. Yeah, you know what? He kind of got worked too, though, dog, when he wasn't at 135. I mean, it's only, what is that? Only a second loss. So I don't want to be too critical on the kid, right? But man, dog. Okay, let's go ahead and let's talk about the actual fight. What's up, Hectic? Fuel Trucker. I'm looking forward to, yeah, homie. We're definitely gonna get into that. I'm sure the fellas are gonna get into it tomorrow in Spanish, and we'll definitely get into that on Friday. Friday, 5 o'clock, right here, Holmes. We'll definitely get into it after seeing the weigh-ins. That's gonna be Danny Garcia's, first fight at 154, which strikes me weird because he's not a big dude, Holmes. So, but whatever, man. I just I think the guy lacks something else. But hey, if he thinks he can make a name for himself there, go ahead and do it. But let me see, Q opponent. All right. So Gabe Flores, right? So he gets in the ring against Giovanni El Cabron. All right. I was very interested in this fight. Again, I get it. It was a co-main event. Joy Gonzalez and Dog Bay was the main event. That was a good fight for one reason or another. I'm not gonna say it didn't interest me, homie. It was a good fight. It was a good banger. I'd like to see them do it again. But I was just really interested in the co-main event, dog. And I'm gonna tell you guys what I saw. Okay, I saw uh, Gabriel Flores look like he had more skills. I saw Gabriel Flores look more like a boxer than Giovanni did, yet he was missing with his punch. I'm talking about like his stance. I'm talking about his ring generalship, the way he was just moving and everything. I'll tell you guys this: El Cabron Giovanni. I'll tell you this, dog. The Vato was pretty. He was pretty squared up. He was posted up. He did not really look like a true boxer. Um, Gabe Flores, just the way he moves his body, he looked like he had more. If you just see somebody like shadow box, right? You could just kind of tell, like, okay, this guy's got boxing skills, as opposed to the guy that doesn't got boxing skills, can't really shadow box too much. So seeing Giovanni in the ring and just his foot movement and the way he's moving around the ring, I'm looking at Gabe at Gabriel. I'm looking like, hey man, this guy looks like a boxer, but damn dog, Giovanni is the one landing all his punches. And immediately, like that, boom. I mean, just the first straight 1-2s gets Gabriel, drops him, and immediately that kid's in trouble. He is in trouble. And every punch that Gabriel landed, and by the way, he landed some clean punches. Giovanni took it like nothing. I never saw Giovanni get hurt. And he took some clean punches from Gabriel. Now, like you said, Pete Town, maybe he doesn't belong up there. Maybe he needs to go back down. I think it was Tim Bradley or Andre Ward. Maybe it was Andre Ward that said that his chin and his punching power did not travel with him moving up. And I could see that. At least with Giovanni, I could see it because he was not hurting Gio at all, dog. He was not hurting El Cabron at all. And he did land some clean punches. I'm not going to say he landed a lot of clean punches, but he did land quite a few clean punches. And El Cabron, homie, just took it like nothing. But almost everything that Giovanni was landing on Gabriel, you could see Gabriel, dog. He was feeling those. I'm at the casino. Talk to you later. All right, Pete Town. He's over there at the casino, Holmes. You get place a bet on the fight between Benavides and Danny Garcia. Let me see. All right, fellas, I'm listening. Just can't type in. Chat off work. Orale, hectic. That's what's up, homie. Well, gracias for being here. Shout out to everyone on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, man. Yeah, good luck to Pete Town. Come back with a bag, Holmes. So when it comes to Gabriel Flores, look, I know in quite the last few years, and I think Mayweather is what kind of made this popular. It's like once you suffer a loss or two, people just kind of want to throw you away and just be like, you know what? This dude will never be great because he lost already. We got so accustomed to, that right? You got to be undefeated. If not, then you can never be great. And I'm not really down with that, dog. Let me see. Gabriel Flores went down. Yeah, he went down. I mean, look, the first 1-2s, man, dropped him. He caught him cold. And I'll give him this. Look, the guy's got heart. I'll give him that. But man, he just could not hurt Giovanni. He couldn't hurt him. It wasn't that he couldn't land any punches, because he did land some punches. But he couldn't hurt him. And there were some rounds on there that I thought were pretty close. And I thought maybe Gabriel Flores maybe could have gotten away with a few rounds, right? No way was I ever thinking he was going to win the fight. Absolutely not, especially being dropped so many times. But there were some rounds where I was like, okay, that was a good round for Gabriel Flores. It looked like he was able to connect. However, it looked like Gabriel Flores was using more energy, but getting the exact same results that El Cabron for those rounds. And if I was one of the judges, that's what I would have looked into. I was like, you know what? That was a close round, but it looked like Flores had to use a heck of a lot more energy and get just about the same result. And look, I want to root for Gabriel Flores. I think I don't want to say the kid needs to be humbled. Um, he's a little bit flashy, a little bit, for my liking, which doesn't really bother me too much. Me myself personally doesn't really bother me too much, Holmes. What's up, Andres? All good, homie. All good. So this is a second loss. And yeah, look, no doubt about it, dog. He got worked, he got schooled. Um, I, I don't know if he ever truly recovered from the first knockdown, which was the first 1-2 punch. He showed heart. I'm not going to question that. I don't know if he's got the power to be there. What's next for him? Man, there's some people that want him to move down, which would be cool. I don't have an issue with that. Look, I'll tell you guys this, dog. Gabriel Flores cannot compete with the top guys at that division. Let me see. I have to be honest, I was never high on him. Not say like I was on Miguel Cotto. Okay. Okay. And I think that's probably what we got to come to here, is that I think people wanted him to be, the next big thing. People wanted him to be great. I know a lot of people, look at his backstory and we're all like, you know what, man, we got to root for this kid. And he does got a good backstory, but a lot of fighters do, right? A lot of fighters do. So it's not just, hey, let's just pick and choose. But I'm going to I'm going to agree, man. And Andrew's saying kind of the same thing. You think Gabriel Flores is overrated? Yeah, I just think maybe people just wanted to root for him. So they expected him to be something that he wasn't. and probably something that he'll never be. I don't know, dog. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, hey, because he suffered two losses, now the kid could never be great. Nah, chale, dog. If the O has to go, it has to go. But I don't really see that specialness that I see in other fighters. So yeah, I think that's probably what it comes down to. Let me see. Just woke up from my old man nap. Yeah, right on the bottom. He's humble himself. Yeah, maybe he does, Andres. Maybe he does need to humble himself. Maybe he does. And maybe that helps him. But I don't know if the kid can ever truly be great, dog. I don't see that in him. I don't see that specialness that I see in other fighters. The specialness that I see in, Bam Rodriguez, that I see in Shakur Stevenson, that I see in Virgil Ortiz. I don't see that in him. But I want to make it clear, just because I don't see it in a fighter doesn't mean that they can't, come out to be great. Let's see. I want to see Gabriel Flores versus Andy Venice. And that's the thing, Pete Town. Because some people are saying, hey, look, he should go back, he should go to 130, and he doesn't belong in 135. I mean, this kid's got, he's got quite a few fights already, right? Um, what is he? 21-2 now. But if people want to question his power, if we're going to be honest, out of his 21 wins, I think someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think the Vatoni's got like 6, 7, maybe 8 knockouts. So it's not like the kid is really packing some power, regardless of what weight class he's in. Overrated is a lazy term. Okay, boxing with Frank Bay. So are you just saying that he's just not good? Let me see. It depends on where a person ranks him. Okay. I mean, it all depends where a person rates him from grade A to B plus. I got you. I got you. I think it was just easy for people to root for him, so thus they expected greatness out of him. Um, yeah, if you're gonna put that the letter grades there, yeah, to me he was never B or A. I thought he was probably working his way up to that, but I never saw anything special in him. I was rooting for him in this fight, but look, man, Gio, Gio schooled him, dog. No hands if or buts about it. Giovanni schooled him, and it was very easy to see that Giovanni was just too much for him. Gotta give Gabriel props for having the heart, right? But I mean, Giovanni was just too much for him. Let's see. Last fight I seen him in Fresno, and I thought he lost, but they gave it to him. Yeah, Andres. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, dog. I'm not really sure what's going on with Gabriel Flores. I'm not really sure if he has distractions outside of the ring. Maybe this guy is not truly dedicated. That's why I'm hearing a lot of people say, or I'm assuming that's why I'm hearing a lot of people say, like, this kid needs to humble himself. I'm not really sure how he lives his life outside of the ring. Let's see, all these fighters need to stop getting the loss and start fighting these great fights. Well, see, that's the thing, Andrew. That's the thing. Um, we are at a time where if you lose once or twice, it's all over. It's like a lot of people just kind of throw you away and say that you can't be great anymore, which I don't like it. I think the Mayweather era um, is what spawned it. that you got to keep that you got to be undefeated. Now, definitely it helps, right? I mean, let's not beat around the bush, Holmes. Definitely it helps. If you've never been beaten, it definitely helps to for people to say like, man, this this dude's great, right? Because he's never suffered a loss. So it definitely does help. But at the same time, dog, just going back in history, I don't really just want to hold on to that. Me myself personally, I'm not going to say I don't care about it, but it doesn't need to be there. You don't have to be undefeated. If you're reaching, for greatness and you come up short, I'm all good with that. See, Flores got served a healthy helping of humble pie. You know what? And like I said, I don't know much about him outside of the ring. I do know that he is pretty flashy. He likes to talk a little bit of masa here and there, and look, sometimes it rubs some people the wrong way. And I've been hearing since his loss, since Saturday night, I've been hearing quite a few people talking about like this kid needs to be humble. He needs to be humble. Let me see. Boxing is just a different sport, obviously, but there no minor leagues in boxing. In baseball and football, you can sit on the bench and develop. Well, you're 100% right on that. Boxing with Frank Bay. Um, that's why the team is responsible on how you come up to fight the right fights. I'm not saying protect your fighter. Well, I mean, at first you gotta know where your fighter stands. You can't just throw him in there with all the big dogs if you know he's not ready yet. Just like I did a video yesterday, dropped a video yesterday on Antonio Morales. They're gonna have to take it easy and slow with that guy. Put him in many fights, absolutely, but you can't be throwing him in there with the big dogs fast. So that's on the team. Um, I thought this was a. I thought Gabe Flores, look, going into this fight, man, I thought he stood a good chance. I thought it was going to be a good fight for him. I was rooting for him. I wanted him to win. But look, now I'm starting to believe what everybody else is telling me. Well, I shouldn't say everybody else, but what a lot of people are saying. What's up, Banjo? Right? Yeah, homie. Let me see. Look at Chavesino's greatness. Exactly. Exactly. Orale, these styles up in here, man. What's going on, homie? Um, so now I am starting to believe a lot of the rumors of this kid, that this kid is not taking the sport serious. Not just because he lost, okay? I don't want to, orale, dog, the vato loses. Now you come and just, talk masa about him. Nah, not at all, man. Not at all. Okay, but there was a lot of rumors swirling around talking about that the kid ain't humble. I understand. He does have this personality. He likes to wear his gold chains. And look, to some people, they don't like that. I don't really care about it, man, as long as you perform in the ring. And I thought he was a pretty good fighter. I never thought he was a great fighter. I thought he was pretty good, and I wanted to see him develop and see what he can do and see what he can grow into. And I would never question his heart because he did show heart Saturday night. But man, Gio just took that kid to school. Not good, homie. Not good at all. And just like I said a few minutes ago, even the rounds that Gabriel Flores did pretty good. I'm not going to say he won those rounds. I'm just going to say the rounds that he looked pretty good in, he had to use a lot more energy and get somewhere around the same results that Gio was getting. Gio was standing. It didn't even really look like Gio used a lot of boxing skills, dog. It really didn't. He was standing straight up. Sometimes he'd have his hands down. It didn't look like it really didn't look like Gio was using a lot of boxing skills. you don't take boxing serious, you can really be hurt. Yeah, that's for sure. Think he may need. Think he may need to call it a day. Um, maybe, maybe, or maybe take some time off. But everything that I've seen from this kid, and like I said, I I like rooting for the kid. I was rooting for him on Sunday. Everything that I've seen from him tells me, and by the way, I could be wrong. All right, I could be 1,000% wrong here, Holmes. But it just tells me that he will never be great. He'll always be one of those, you know, C plus at very best, B minus fighters. You know, he'll never be those guys that really make it up there. And like I was saying earlier, I think a lot was just put on him because it was very easy to root for him. So people wanted to see great things from him. The thing is, I don't think he's got that greatness in him, Holmes. I don't think he does. I could be wrong. He could make a comeback. He could make one hell of a comeback. And if he does, I'll be right here to say, ¿sabes qué? I was wrong. But what I've seen from him, and like I said, some people say, hey, he should move down in weight. Look, dog, the guy does not pack power. He only has, again, I don't have it in front of me. He has like only like 6, 7 knockouts. With over 20 fights. I think this was his 23rd fight. 21 of those being wins. So even if he moves down in weight, it's not like the kid packs a big power punch. Not saying that you have to be great. Let's see, but to go in the first 7 seconds and get hit like that, oh man, it could have been possible that he underestimated Gio. Could be, I don't know. That's not Gio's fault. I'm not saying he did underestimate him. I'm just saying, hey, dog, it could be he caught him cold with a straight 1-2, goes down, maybe never recovers. That's on him. That's on him. Let me see. Flores has some skills, but he needs to tighten up. He's young enough to turn it around. He may not become a champion, but he can be a contender. And that's the thing, Joaquin. That's the thing. If he sticks around, yeah, I'm gonna say the kid never becomes, top dog or one of the top dogs. I just think he just becomes, kind of a mid-level card guy. And look, you can have a pretty good career doing that. Right? I mean, I think everybody gets into the sport wanting to be el más chingón, el mero mero. And that's cool. Everybody should. Everybody should. I think I've seen enough of this kid to see that that's not what's going to happen for him. But can he still have a career, still have some good fights, have some good wins under his belt? Yeah. Yeah, I think he still can. But what concerns me now is all the rumors that I'm hearing on how he lives his life outside of the ring. Let's see. So let's see how he do next fight. He needs to fight a big name. I don't know, Andrew. I don't know if he needs to fight a big name, dog. Maybe he just needs to fight a tomato can just to get his confidence back and try to build from there. He got schooled, man. He got schooled. He got worked. And I'm telling you guys, if you guys watch that fight, Gio didn't even have to really use much boxing skills. Kind of looked like Gio was just like putting his hands up, homie, like he's gonna throw down at a bar. Like, what's up, Bessa? Let's throw down then, homie. Let's see. Gio is unseen. Some power shots that you can hear. I look, Gio definitely hurt Gabriel. Gabriel, I never saw him hurt Gio. And he landed some pretty good shots. I never saw him hurt him. So if he wants to move back down, that's cool. Doesn't mean that he's got power down there either. The kid does not have a lot of knockouts for as many fights that he has under his belt. Where does he go from here? In all reality, there's just my personal opinion. First, I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. What I think is going to happen is that we don't see him for the rest of the year. That's what I think is going to happen. If I was part of his team, I'd talk to the kid and say, hey, Holmes, what is it that you really want to do? You really want this or you don't want this, right? If he really wants this, let's get him back in the ring before the year is over. But honestly, that's if I was part of his team. But honestly, what I think is going to happen, I don't think we see him in the ring for the rest of the year. Let's see. I'm sorry, but everyone has a pitch count, a punch count. Gabriel had number called. I think Roy Jones Jr. Oh, Roy Jones Jr., dog. I'll tell you. One of the fighters I used to love watching fight, dog. Somebody who will fight with his hands down. But that's about it, guys. Just wanted to cover on Gabriel Flores Jr. I don't think we see him for the rest of the year. If I was part of his team, I'd ask him. Well, I'd really try to find out if he truly, really wants it. If he doesn't, then, hey, dog, why am I wasting my time, right? But if he truly does, let's try to get him back into the ring this year. But honestly, I don't think he steps back into the ring this year, dog. And I just don't see him becoming great. And I could be wrong. And if he does become great, I'll let it be known. But I just think this guy's going to be mid-card level. He does have some boxing skills. He can have some good fights. So let's see. And let's see where Gio goes from here, dog. Let's not forget about him. He got a victory. Let's see where he goes from here. Cholo Choque, Los Tres Chingones Boxing.